G'day everyone, so today's video is about how do we obtain presents, and I want to start by sharing a personal experience of mine this weekend actually. And so this weekend, I noticed I had a lot of spare time, so I was sort of, relaxing, and I felt that my body needed a lot of rest. So I was just, relaxing and meditating a bit. But I noticed a lot of these thoughts coming up and taking me away from presence. And I thought it was a wonderful opportunity to learn how to actually get into a state of presence. And, I learned something that actually shifted my energy a fair bit. So basically, I was, resting a lot, and these thoughts kept coming into my head how do I make X amount of money? How do I, what will I do when this future event comes? How will this go? What will I wear at this event or whatever? Even sometimes there'd be things that I could be doing instead, you're not using your life properly. You were given a day today, so you should be out shooting hoops, or you should be going to a nature spot, or living your life. But what I noticed was these were kind of dirty tactics used by the mind to try and bring you down, and to a state of guilt or shame that you're not living your life to the fullest. I think this is something we learn through social media and all these people traveling constantly and vlogging and all this stuff, but it's it's not realistic to just constantly be traveling, because you'd be drained. I mean, for some people, yes, but as much as we travel, we also rest, and that's okay. I laid there in a state similar to meditation, but not exactly the same, because I was kind of going back and forth. And I eventually got to a state where I could just allow all these thoughts to pass by, like a state of neutrality, like I've talked about in previous videos. And so, I'm just focusing on the sensations inside my body, and the neutrality, and not being attached to what these thoughts are saying, and instead just focusing on being completely present of what is actually happening in this moment, what is actually happening, the temperature on my skin, the wind, the sounds around me, all these things. And soon enough, these tactics, these thoughts, using the dirty tactics, they ran out of energy, and they weren't getting any energy back from me, so naturally they ran out of energy, kind of like when a boxer is so good at defense that their opponent runs out of energy because they're just punching the air, they're just missing. It's the same way that happened, and I found myself in a profound state of just presence, and it's shifted my energy for the past few days. I feel a little high, even though I haven't done anything. I think the realization is similar to I am enough, or that this present moment is enough no matter what. And I think we're sort of tricked out of thinking that way, because we think we need to be doing something in order to be validated, or for this moment to be validated. And I think that's kind of toxic, because what I was saying before, it's okay to travel constantly. Lots of people travel constantly, but even when you are traveling constantly, you're going to need a rest day. You could still be traveling, but you're going to need to rest. And when you need to rest and be thinking, I should be doing more and this and that, you're not actually getting any rest, because your mind is going at 100, guilt tripping you into thinking that you need to be doing more. And so, it's the realization that you don't have to be going on some grand adventure, going out, meeting people, all this stuff, to be living your life to the fullest. You can literally lay in bed and be living your life to the fullest. If you just feel the things that are going on inside your body, if you just tune into the symphony of nature that's outside your window, that it's all enough, and it's all beautiful and amazing. Especially because I felt that my body needed this. I thought this was a test, and everything happens for a reason, and that reason is usually a lesson. And so I feel like my body felt sore, so that I could force myself to lay down and rest. But then these thoughts would inevitably come up and challenge me, and that created the fuel for this video. But my body was getting me to realize that this moment, no matter what, is enough. In fact, it's more than enough. And like, it contains so much bliss. And the paradox is that once you allow these thoughts that are guilt tripping you to gas out and run out of energy, and you reach this state of presence where you realize this moment is enough, the paradox is that from that state is when these grand adventures and awesome things start to happen, because you're actually in a state of abundance, realizing that what you have now, no matter what, is more than enough. And from that state is when all this cool stuff starts to happen, and you actually start to live your life to the fullest. Yeah, and you're not wasting any energy on guilt and shame. And so yeah, if you want to actually do this, lay down and just say, come at me, guilty thoughts, come at me, and let them come at you, but do not react. Do not get, like they say, don't argue with a fool, because they will take you down to their level and beat you with experience. It's the same way with these thoughts. Like, they'll beat you with experience because they're good at being guilt. These thoughts are kind of you from the past of where you felt guilt and shame. And once you let them pass, they run out of energy and cease to exist. You've passed the test. And so, yeah, basically know that this present moment is enough, no matter what you're doing. So, yeah, I hope this helped, and subscribe if you want to. I'll leave my Instagram down below if anyone needs to chat or wants some support. Yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.